Hello. Okay, so I am using my triple decker today. So it has 3 layers, and I'm going to be using the Detail Hack brush. I'm going to use the eyeshadow brush for my eyes, and then I may dabble with the blush and bronzer brush. Okay, so I have some acne going on, so I am going to use the blush and bronzer. I'm going to take the smaller side of this brush and go into Aspen Contour. What this is going to do is it's really just going to mute some of this redness from acne. And it also helps even out the skin tone. So I really like to use it. I usually just, if I have acne going on, because I actually don't have a ton of redness to my face. But if I have acne going on, and it's like inflamed because I've been picking it, or just like red, then I will do like a light layer of Aspen Contour. I will say that Aspen Contour is probably never a contour that you're gonna see me actually match you to, just because as you can tell, it's super light, and it's not really gonna give you the dimension that you're looking for. It's more so like a color corrector. So that is what I'm using it for. Like I said, you can barely even tell it's on my face. You can just see that I didn't put it there. So it's just like a little uneven, but that's okay because we're gonna fix it with our other colors. So I'm gonna go in with Candlelit, which is my main foundation color. Then I have Stone as my contour color, and then I'm using Moonlit as my accent highlight. So I'm gonna start with the bigger side of my brush. Again, this is the Detail Hack, and I'm just gonna go into my Stone contour with the side of my brush, and I'm getting some of that on the side. And I'm going to find the bottom of my cheekbone and bring it up. And as you can tell, I'm kind of like going around that cheekbone. Stone is a little bit warmer, so it's all about preference on what you like, cooler or warmer tones. I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. And that's going to give me dimension on my face, okay? Have that there. I'm taking whatever's left on my brush and just going around my jawline. And I'm gonna kind of outline that area, okay? That's gonna make my neck look a little bit more thinner. And I'm getting a little bit more on my brush, and I'm going to do my forehead. My colors are not very creamy right now, so I'm having to like go into my product a little bit harder, which is not fun. So make sure your products are creamy. So I bring that to about the middle of my forehead. I like to connect those lines just a teeny bit. I'm actually gonna use the smaller side of the brush, get a little bit more contour on there. And I'm going to put that on the top of my nose. And I like to bring it around that little knob on my nose on the top. Okay, so we have that there. If I want to take a little bit and put it under my lip, I can. Don't worry about being messy. That's the beauty about this makeup, is it all blends at the very end. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm wiping my brush off. If you don't have a cleaning towel, I highly recommend it. Right now I'm just using a towel because my cleaning towel is actually in a different compact. So we have our contour on, we have our Aspen Contour on, and we're gonna now go in with our main foundation color. So I'm using the bigger side of the brush, and I'm putting it right underneath my contour. And as you can tell, I'm kind of dabbing it, especially because I had some acne right there. A little bit goes a long way. I'm literally just dabbing it in and placing it. And I'm cleaning up any contour that I need now. Easy peasy. Do the same thing to the other side. You see how that is looking so much better, and it's not like we're piling makeup on it. I did not do underneath my eyes yet because I'm going to do that with my other color. So right now we have our foundation color, which is what I'm using right now. We have our foundation color, we have our contour, and then I used a little bit of Aspen contour to color correct. Okay, so we have that there. Now we're gonna switch to the smaller side. Again, I always like to make sure that my brush is clean, which is why I highly recommend the cleaning tile. And then I'm using Moonlit, which mine is almost empty. And I'm putting that underneath my eyes where I didn't apply any makeup. I'm going to put it on my eye too as a primer. And you will see how it brings this eye alive, and that's not even blended. Okay, so we're gonna put a little bit on the other eye. We'll blend in a second. We're gonna put a little bit on our chin, and then a little bit right here where we did not put our foundation color. Now, I'm gonna switch to the bigger side of this brush and blend this in. And just so you know, we are at 6 minutes and 30 seconds. That's with me talking to you. So I'm just blending in these colors. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that lighter color of the foundation colors. And I'm going to put that right between those contour lines. Okay? So to blend out your nose contour, you can either take your fingers or your brush and just lightly kind of go back and forth until there are no harsh lines. I sometimes don't like to use as light of a highlight between my nose contour. I use it under my eyes because my eyes are so bright or dark, but sometimes I like a little bit of a more neutral color between my contour lines, but it's all about preference. Okay, so now I'm just blending in that neck contour. I'm not so much doing right here, just blending it down. Okay, so now we're gonna blend in this forehead contour, brushing in my hairlines, going circular motions, no real rhyme or reason. We're going back and forth on our contour. You can brush it up, don't brush it down. Okay. Now we're going to add our lip and cheek color. And we're going to use nude. So I'm going to use the smaller side of my brush. Put it right above the contour, and we'll blend, and then if we need to add more, we can to build it up. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more solely on the apples of my cheeks. So I have some color there. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back to the blush and bronzer brush and just make sure that everything is blended. Okay, so let's add something to our lips. We're gonna add a little bit of bronzer. I'm using nude on my lips as well, which is what I used on my cheeks. Let's find our bronzer. Do I have it in this compact? I do not. Okay, let's go ahead and switch it so it's in our compact. And we're going to take the blush and bronzer brush and swirl it in that bronzer, which this is Muse Highlight, which is the dupe for Bella. We're putting it on the outsides of our forehead, tops of our cheekbones, basically like the high parts of your face or where the sun is going to hit you. And then I like to take it down my neck. See how it just gives you that natural glow? And you can always add your bronzer before your lip and cheek color if you feel like the bronzer's taken away from your lip and cheek color. Like I'm telling you, that's the cool thing, is it's whatever you want. Okay, so I'm going to use my Detail Hack brush. I'm using Honey Illuminator, which is one of my favorites. I'm gonna just stamp that on the high parts of my cheeks. And then I'm just gonna make sure it's blended. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna set our face and then we're gonna do our eyes. Because I have a long day, even though it's not hot out today, so I probably don't need to do this, but I am going to just use a teeny bit of Airspun, and then I'm gonna set it with a spray. How cute are these earrings? I'm like obsessed with them. So I'm putting this underneath my eyes. I always take it around my nose. We're gonna put a little bit above the brows. Again, I'm not putting a lot on. And then I'm just gonna take the bigger side of my brush and go right there. Okay? All right, we're just gonna leave that there for a few. And we're gonna go in and we're gonna do a super easy eye look. Like, we're not gonna overcomplicate this. I have these color earrings, so I'm going to use this color because I think it's pretty similar. And then I'm wearing like this color shirt. So I will link the colors that I'm using because I don't feel like going through them all. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this color right here, which I think is Leo. It might not be actually. I think it's one of the new ones. Yep, it's one of the new ones, so I'll link it. And I'm just getting some on my eyeshadow brush. This is just gonna be a transition shade. So I'm just going in that crease and windshield wipering it up and going back and forth. It's pretty similar to my shirt. Okay, have that there. The same thing to the other side. Okay, so we have those two colors on. I try to get mine as matching as possible, but it never happens. Okay, so we have that there. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in with this color right here, which this one is Leo. And I'm just getting a little bit on the side of my brush. They're very similar. This one's just a teeny bit darker. And I'm just pushing that into the corner of my eye and taking it just a teeny bit into the crease, okay? And then I'm just gonna go hold my brush like this and go in circular motions to blend it just a little bit. Okay, let's see, do I need a little bit more over here? Okay, now the fun part, right? The fun part. Okay, so blend that out a little bit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go in with this fun color right here. I'm just gonna use my finger. And place it right there. Now, I am gonna go in with the brush to get that corner, because I can never get that corner with my finger. And I like to just brush it up so those two colors meet. And then we're just gonna take this side and blend them. Okay? So finger, brush. And then blend. How pretty is that? Okay, and then I just like to do, and that was super easy, and then I just like to use either Cupcake or Sabrina as a brow bone color. And then we're going to use my fave eyeliner, which I'm going to use the Flick Stick. Ooh. I have to do it in a different mirror because I'm not that multitaskable. That's not a word, I don't think. And I think I'm just gonna leave it on the outer corner because I really don't want to take away from this pretty color. Okay, where's my top? I don't know. So now we're gonna go in and we're going to do some, there's my top, some mascara. Is this one further? Yeah. Okay, there we go, much better. And then we're gonna go in with our mascara. I'm not gonna put anything on my bottom as a bottom liner because I'm just loving the way that this looks. And then we're gonna wipe off this excess powder, putting some stuff away. So I'm gonna take the bigger side of the blush and bronzer, and I'm just gonna brush it in the areas that I didn't set. And then I'm gonna take my spray and just lightly mist my whole face. And then you're done. If you wanna be color matched, DM me. Have a good one.